Welcome back to another episode of Tempelorus Talks, and
Staplehorace Talks.
this is the special episode, and we gonna talk about which bands and which shows were better than the rest.
Better than the
Uh,
rest.
yes, and what are we going to do first? Are we going to do albums first, or are we gonna talk shows?
I think albums.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Yeah,
hmm
I can
So,
start with maybe a list that I have on. I start with number five, and then you can come up with your number five, and after that, let's go to the honorable mentions.
well,
Let's do that.
okay,
Well,
okay.
at
I have a lot of
number,
mentions, but
yeah, well, that's okay. At number five, I have Morlocks with Amore Monstra et Horrore Profundi. Yeah, yeah.
you practiced the name.
No, it's Latin. Uh, it's something you cannot really do wrong, I guess.
No,
And if it was wrong,
but
yeah,
Morlocks are Swedish. So do they
yeah.
swing in Latin or?
No, this is actually a
Hmm.
collection. I talked about it in the first half of the year, I think, in January
Mm-hmm.
even. This is an EP that has new songs on it. But I guess I wanted to include them anyway. Um, Purely because I don't even know if we are ever gonna get something new from Morlocks anymore.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, because the singer has some sort of brain tumor cancer thing, and
Yeah.
it is guaranteed that he will not outlive that one. From what I've seen, he is composing a lot and hopes to be able to finish up something that he can leave us to the world. And yeah, I hope for him that he gets another healthy couple of years out of it and can do a lot, but nothing is guaranteed, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's certainly changed my feelings on this release, even though a lot of them are older songs that I already knew. So yeah, kept playing for a couple times through the year. Learned to love it, I guess. So yeah, I could not leave them out of my top five, I guess. And then you, what is
Okay.
your number
My
five?
number five. Well, I have on. Well, I think my full list is going to be a little bit of a surprise to you, except maybe a few ones, but you know. But I have on number five the Greeks with Nightfall with Children of Eve.
Nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I know them. I mean, I've did this interview with them, so yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. I like their album. And it's like in the range of, well, is it? Yeah, well, Rotten Christ and Septic Flesh, they're Greeks also, and they kind of, well, I think those three bands are a little bit in line with each other, and I quite like it.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, I think it's a really strong album. Uh, so it's
Yeah.
my number five. It made the list of
Yeah.
lists.
I'm not surprised that you like it.
Mm. No?
Okay. No, I'm not. Uh,
So we go through
yeah.
all the honorable mentions because I have a lot that didn't make the list of
No.
five. But
No,
I
no, no,
like to
no.
say there's no.
Let's do first the rest of the list, maybe.
Nah.
Yeah. I want to go to number 4, uh,
Okay.
which is Rotersand. Don't become the thing
Mm.
you hate. And I guess we all know that I have a liking for the industrial side of music
Mm-hmm.
also. And I got it in my email earlier this year and decided to have a chat with the guy behind it. It was very nice talk, nice interview. Then you get to know a little bit about the person and how they compose. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to laugh because a lot of bands they are always like, yeah, we have like folders where we keep IDs and then we come with songs and and not everything will be ready right away and blah blah blah. They all tell you that. And then I was thinking about this guy who says, I write a song every single day. And then I was thinking, you're into music a couple of decades now, so you must have a library of 3,000 something songs, probably more.
Yeah.
Um, how do you even decide which 10, 11 are going to be on the album, and why do I still have to endure so many remixes then? But of course, that last part I didn't ask.
Just throw some new stuff at us.
Yeah, the thing is, I personally am not a big fan of, especially you see it a lot in industrial music that you get an album and then you get like 4 remixes of the same song on it.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure you guys enjoy DJing and messing around with other people's songs or let other people mess around with your songs or whatever. But for me, I'm personally not a big fan of it. So I'm always asking, why is this necessary? Maybe one is nice, but then it's enough for me. I prefer the
Mm-hmm.
original song usually. Well, this album didn't have that many, to be honest, so that's good. But a lot of the songs are pretty catchy and society critical in a sense that it makes you think. They're like, don't be stuck to your screens all the time, live in the now. And I really like that message as well, even as a content creator as I am nowadays. I still prefer people to live in the real world, put their phone away for a couple of hours and just not look at it and converse with people in real life. That's something I appreciate. So yeah, that message is certainly one for me. And Noticeant really makes any song and message that they make very danceable, which is very nice. You can listen to it at home and listen to the message, but you can also lose your mind to it on the dance floor, so to say. So I think that's
Mm-hmm.
a very good reason to have them on my spot number 4. And now
Well,
yours.
my spot number 4, we have an album we discussed.
Uh,
Can you choose? Can you think of?
um, Probably something Finnish.
Nope.
Nope. No, then I have to really think because I have so many. Hmm. But I'm pretty sure you'll have some of those in there. Um,
uh,
I don't
well, it's
know.
In Morning with
In
the
morning.
Immortal.
Oh, yeah,
They're
true.
Swedes.
Yeah.
They're not Finns.
No, true, true. Yeah, no, I'm
But there's symphonic melodic death, oh, Swedish melodic death metal. So I really like their album. It um, and it I think it's a little bit in line with my number one as well. Um, it's I love both number one and this album from In Morning. Their album is quite diverse. It has like more parts where you really get sucked in the whole dynamic building soundscaping, and then there's like more delicate vocal lines. It really builds on the melody. Um, so yeah, I just that is why I love this album, and it became number 4 because I do think In Morning has a little bit more potential in them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I kind of feel there's more coming. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you could be right about that. Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Well, um, for my number three, I suspect that one is also going to be in your list, to be honest, and that is Before the Dawn, Cold Flare Eternal.
Well,
Uh,
my number three is Before the Dawn, Cold Flare Eternal.
yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm
uh,
not surprised that. I mean, it's a very good album. I've been listening to Before the Dawn basically since eternity. They've always been,
yeah, Before the Dawn of Time.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
No, but from the group of bands that make the same
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
sounds,
yeah,
I've always had them on the top, and
yeah. I know.
yeah, uh, I'm glad to have you on board.
Yes.
Because I mean, I've
Well,
seen
I think it's.
them a lot through the years. So
I really think it's a strong album. I have to say, I've been listening to because they have a new singer, but I've been listening to all Before the Dawn, and I think there's a nice,
hmm
even
oh
though it's a different singer, it's still sort of yeah. So I was telling you, I listened to the band in the car, to the whole discography, and so the previous singer and the new singer, and they, even though they're different, they also sort of fit. So that's what I really like, and I like this whole album. There's a lot of different. Um, there's the clean vocal, there's the growls, there are the grunts. Even in one and after, they follow up. Um, he's very versatile in his singing, and I like the whole sound of Before the Dawn as well. So they made my number three. I love to sing it along in the car. So if anyone sees me on the highway growling, it might be Before the
yay.
Dawn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hardworking guys. I've seen them around so many times. Well
Yeah,
deserved spot in our top fives, I think. Uh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I'm gonna say the rest of these top five will not be in yours, so I'm pretty sure about that. Because my number two is Chroma, with their album Chroma, which
Mm.
came out in October. Of course, they're kind of friends. So, yeah, very nice one. Personally, really like them. And I remember when I was in Alcatraz, then I was in the photo pit for I'm King. Was it for I'm King? Yeah, I don't know. That I was watching a band, and I was just thinking, gosh, this would be a really nice band for Chroma to be supporting. I
Yeah.
realized that I want to see them on the road again and such. And so I really
Mm.
enjoyed that album. They have that really gent sounds in there, and I like it. I've been always liking it. In this album, they take things a little bit further than before, maybe a bit less accessible than most people would like. Like it's not very well. If you know the first album, for example, had this really melodic, catchy thing in there that is still there, but it's not really like um you can not really easily sing it along at the first time, so to say. You need to invest some time into getting to know it, and that makes it a bit more fun for me because this music is also a bit more technical. So I think it's cool that you need to take your time and invest in that, in getting to know it a little bit more. Like I said, I really hope to see them on the road again. They're back with Marek in the band. They he was in the band, but he had to drop out for private reasons. And yeah, my good friend Timo jumped in to fill in the spot. And now they're not a four band anymore, but a five band. So that's. Yeah, nice. And I'm curious, what is your number two then?
Well, this is going to be a surprise to you, I
Hmm.
think, because I have a French band on
Oh.
here, and it's black
Ooh.
metal. I have the great old ones there with Kadaf.
Ah, cool, cool. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, surprise for you there.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I saw them this year, as I think it was this year in Bibelo, and they surprised me live. And then I listened to their album because their album was already out in the end of January. Um, but I have to say, there might be a little bit more, even though it's like black metal, there's still a little bit mellow black metal, so to say. It's not just black
Mm,
metal. Um, and I really love the soundscape, little atmospheric, maybe even a little bit of acousticness um, that they weave into their sound. It's not just black metal from beginning to end. Um, so yeah, it became my number two.
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that shows very well that if you see a band live, that an album can really creep up onto you. Uh,
Yes.
some people go to live shows, so you discover new music. That's our conclusion.
Yeah. It is. Because otherwise, I would have not listened to this one, I think. But because I saw them live, it got me curious. I checked out their work, found this
Uh-huh.
album. Yep.
Well, my number one, drum roll. Yes, that is a black metal band. And maybe not your stereotypical black metal band, I would say. But it is one of my long-time favorite bands that I don't really see live because I don't think they actually play live. But it's Blue North with Ethereal Horizons. Now, that album came out like 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Mm.
of course, I had already a little bit longer, I think a month earlier, luckily, because this label sends everything a bit in advance for me to stream. So that was really nice.
Uh,
I have been able to enjoy it a little bit longer. I think for the fans of Blue North, this release is closer to the Hallucinogen album, which is one of the albums that I think got them like to a next level of fandom or so. I don't know, reach a wider audience because it's more, I don't know, melodic and even I don't know, cosmic maybe. How to describe that? Whereas some of the other albums are much darker and dronish and uh, makes you wanna dig into a hole or something. The darkness and I think this album also has a little bit more of that colorful side of them. And yeah, I think a lot of people really enjoyed this one. Um, I think when I saw online that they would start the pre-order, I was like, oh yeah, let's do that because I really want their album as well. And then, like 10 minutes or so after the pre-order started, the special editions were already sold out, and they had like 1,000 or something of them. On the other thing, they had like 2,000 of them. They were also sold out. And I was like, okay,
mm.
this band is getting too popular for me. Because now it's really hard to order stuff from them. But of course, I bought a really nice edition anyway, and now I have it standing there. The booklet also is super nice. The artwork is really nice. Everything works for this release. So I could not do anything different than put it on number one. And I think if it would have like um, been released in January, for example, then it would have been in my next year's top five because
Yeah.
it's just gonna be one of those albums that I'm gonna be playing a lot. So
Mm.
yeah, that about Bloedhuis Noord, I guess, is my absolute number one. I got some merch, of course, as well. And I think people who see me regularly at
Oh.
concerts know that I basically live in my Bloedhuis Noord hoodie that I have because it's super comfy. And yep, I use that as a jacket
Yep.
instead of like bringing an actual jacket in. So I don't have to deal with standing in queues for picking up a jacket. So yeah, some more years of Blue Dust North will be amongst me with this release. A very well deserved number one spot. And yours? What is your number one?
Drum roll. Well, I have on number one Heritoire with Sola
Okay,
Stovia.
nice.
Mm. So, also not probably something you would have thought of me, but apparently I've been in this kind of dark, soundscaping, melancholicness.
Hmm. You,
Because I think in Morning and maybe even the great old ones, I think they kind of all fit
yeah.
together somewhere. Um, and this album from Heritoire, yeah, it's the same with In Morning and the great old ones. There's like these parts that are really out there, really getting to you, really maybe for some people a little bit too much. But then there's these delicate moments, and they're yeah the melody. I don't know. It's I guess you need to be sucked in this kind of music and just love
Mm.
it.
Yeah, yeah. That's often the case with the kind of music we like. I guess it really it takes you in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also a bit dark, um, dark
Yeah.
atmospheric, black metal. Um, so yeah, that's my absolute number one, and I haven't seen them live yet, so I need to change this.
Something for the to-do list on 2026.
Yeah, but I have no clue if they're gonna play somewhere.
You never know what happens, but um,
Yep,
we'll see. Ah,
but I absolutely love this album.
good, good. Well, that makes me think of what I
Yeah.
am going to put on our review lists for future podcasts. I have to can
More black
throw
metal.
you a little bit more of that black metal. I might recommend you Blue Dust North because you might be falling in love with that at some point. I mean, I've been
Mm.
listening for them for like for very many years now. So I mean, before the dawn grew upon you, I could get you to Blue Dust North.
Who knows? But I think I listened to Before the Dawn before I knew I was listening to Before the
Yeah,
Dawn.
I think so. You've always
Um,
been to gigs with me
yeah.
as well, so I'm pretty sure you've seen them also.
I've seen them live back
Yeah,
in the day,
yeah.
so yeah.
All right. I guess we go to the honorable mentions. And I'm just gonna go through the list a bit faster because otherwise we'd be sitting here for 2 hours
Mm,
more. Uh, and we have so much more to discuss, like live shows and such and everything and so.
yes. Everything.
Yep. So my I've chosen five honorable mentions, and that is in random order. I have no specific order in them, but I'm just gonna go through them. That is Moore's Principe Masked with Darkness Invisible. That's In the
Mm.
Woods with Otra. That is Kaunis Kulumaton with Kunwalo Minosa Kuli. November with Words of Indigo. And the last one, Fatal Embrace with Hill Down Deep. So that's my list. I think if you look at the list, you will realize I have a very diverse metal taste. I go from industrial to melodic death to metalcore to black to death. It's all in there. Um, the only thing that's really
Mm.
missing is power metal, but I guess nobody who listens to that podcast is really gonna be surprised about that. So, yeah, that's my list of 2025. And then I want to know your
Yeah.
honorable mentions because I heard you had more than than I have.
No, no, no. I also have
Okay,
five.
nice.
Yeah, nice. Well, the thing is, you said you have like a very diverse
Yeah.
list. I think my life mentions that's very diverse. I think my albums this year is a little bit more of the same, but there's a little bit of difference in here. So there we go. I have a Legion, also in no particular order. There's a Legion with the Ossuary lens. Ossuary lens. It's a little bit more technical, um, but right in your face. I like it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Then there is The Man Eating Tree with Night Verses. We also discussed it on this
Yeah.
podcast. But I think it's a little bit in line. Well, maybe even with In Morning and Heritoire, it's not the same, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
it flows. It
Yeah.
flows nice. Maybe it's the dark, melancholic sound to it. Um, so I have to mention it. Then, and you're gonna laugh about this one, but I just have to mention them because otherwise I fail, I think. It's Amorphous with
Yeah.
Borderland. Um, Now, I still, somewhere in this podcast, we agreed that we both wished they were a little bit more back to their old sound, a little bit more harsh, a little bit more brutal,
Mm,
maybe. And Borderland is not. Um, and I thought even that I didn't like the album, but I still kept on listening and it grew on me. Um, and I actually quite like it. Is it the best of Amorphis? No. Is it a good album? I do think so. It's well, it does fit together. Still, I miss a little bit more brutal
yeah.
Amorphis or more growls. Um, but still, I think it's a nice album. Then I have to say, then we go to grunge because I have to do this. There's Bush with I Beat
Okay. Yeah.
Loneliness. Um, I actually think it's a really nice album. And I do crave some grunge every now and then. And there's not a lot of new stuff coming from all these bands. But I think Bush actually, I don't know, they sound more grown up, which they're above 50, I think, so maybe they
Yeah.
are. But I like it. And then the last one I have to mention, Kawan with Way Home.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's, I believe they're from Russia, but they sing in Finnish. And I think that's also a little bit in the same atmospheric darkness and melancholy as Heritage, In Morning, Man Eating
Mm,
Tree. Um, I think it fits in there as well. Um,
yeah.
yeah, Kawan with Way Home. So that's my
Very
list.
nice, very nice. A very musical year this year. I think
Hmm?
both of us seen more bands live than ever. Uh, Photographed even more
No,
bands than
not more
ever. Maybe
bands.
that's better to say.
Uh,
I think I went
yeah.
to count in June. I have already over 100 bands that I've seen live. But which of all these bands we've seen were the best? Oh, that's
Yeah.
a tough task, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't think I can say which one is the best because all these bands are from different genres and it's hard to compare one with another. And one band played in the sunshine, and the other band was the headlining with a full blown show. So how can you compare these
Mm,
things together?
yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. I always mainly look at it.
let's say
I
they made
always look
it.
at the impact,
They made an
the
impression.
impacts they made on me
Mm.
mainly. Like, how did I feel about that show myself? That's basically how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, with the CDs, I started with number five, so I guess your number five is first now. I think both of us have
Mm.
really a couple more honorable mentions, so those will be at the end again. How about that?
Hmm. Number five. I have to check because I don't really rate them.
Yeah.
mm, let's say number five. Ah, it's so hard to
Yes.
choose. Um, well, I picked two bands on the same spot, on the same festival. There's Slow Mosa and Death
Mm,
Angel. They played at Into the Grave. You
yep.
saw them too. They both played in
Yep.
the sunshine, but I think they both delivered a hell of a show. Um, I think they both would have been even better in the darkness, but still, I don't know, they made me feel like fuck this a hell of a show. So I have to mention them both, and I can't pick one of them to be better. Um, I think that Angel had the luck that the audience was a little bit more in their
Yeah.
favor. I think Slomosa was a little bit odd one out on the festival, but still, I don't know.
Yeah.
They delivered a good. They played really tight. They really seemed to have fun. Yeah. So my number five.
I agree with you on Death Angel, although they were my number four. Yeah.
Ah.
The Into the Grave show was a really nice show. So, yeah. Now I already
Yeah.
spoiled my number four on that. I think I always enjoyed. I mean, I was thinking back to that other Death Angel show that we saw a couple years ago in Into the Grave when it was on the other location.
Yeah.
When they played on the smaller
Mm.
stage around the corner. When I think that was probably my favorite Death Angel show, and that's been a while
Mm.
ago. But this one also was very good on the main. Uh, I really enjoyed seeing them there. It was indeed. They could have played a bit later for atmospheric reasons, maybe. But for them, it doesn't. It's less of a problem than other bands, I guess. They just roll out their heaviness and it will work. And it did because it really got the audience in motion. But now I already spoiled my number four, and I haven't even spoke about number five. Hmm,
Yes.
too bad. Uh, number five. Number
Sorry.
five is da 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 da, Emperor on Alcatraz. And
Wow.
I very often refer back to that time, the first show outside of Norway
Mm.
that Emperor did, which you totally missed for hanging around backstage.
I didn't
Yes,
miss
you
it.
did. Do you? Did
No,
you have
I
pictures of
didn't.
it? No. So there's no evidence.
No, but I know that the lights were
Yeah.
yellow. A lot of yellow and white
Emirates
and
and
blue.
yeah, every
I saw it.
color.
I heard it. I
Yeah.
saw it.
All right. And Alcatraz. I mean,
Mm.
this is not the kind of band that is very active on stage. Uh, which
No.
makes it incredibly boring to photograph. I must say.
Mm.
I think I just enjoy watching them because I really like their sounds and their such a I don't know, maybe one on the birth of black metal as a genre in a way. And what I really liked about this show, I mean, I was a little bit early because after it has been very hot day in Alcatraz and I've been running around like crazy, I had a little bit longer time in between. So I went down, sit
Mm.
on the barriers to chill and make sure that I don't catch cold because if it's that hot outside and it cools down in the evening, it can go too fast for my
Yeah.
body to handle that. So kind of had to find a bit warmer spot to sit down and sort of slow that process down a little bit. So I've been watching the sound check,
Mm.
and I was just sitting there minding my own business. And one of their band members, or at least not really the band members, but one of the supporting band members, live show members, decided to walk up
Mm.
to the edge of the stage, take out his phone, and start taking pictures of me. And I was just looking at him like, "Are you all right?"
Oh, serious.
I think Elvira knows who I'm talking about, but yeah, I kind
Yes.
of ignored that and minded my own business again. Did take a whole lot of pictures in that show. It's dark, it's nice. It was a good show. The audience was on it. I mean, after my three songs, I basically watched the entire set uh, from the just in the audience a little bit because then I had a little bit better view than from the photo pit. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. Uh, to be honest, I've seen Emperor many times, but this time they played in the tent, and that helps. That adds darkness and atmosphere. Even if they're
Yeah.
at their level, they're headlining and playing in full darkness anyway. If they would play outside, it's still
Mm.
not the same as being in a tent like this. So yeah. Therefore, they made it my top five at number five. So my number four has already been spoiled. Now I want to know yours.
Well, I know you're always really strict on this, but I have again two bands on number
Cheater.
four. Um, because they're played on different places and I can't. They're not comparable. But I have Cataclysm, who played a show on Dynamo Metal
Yeah.
Fest. And I have Insomnium, who played Tivoli with their album, one of their albums. Um, and I find it really hard to pick which show was better. Um, so, yeah, I'm thinking. Insomnium, they played their album. I hadn't seen them for a little while, I think. And they played this album that I really love. And they take you from beginning to end of the album, and it's really nice. Um, it fits with that kind of music. Um, was it their best show? Probably not. So that's it's also number four and not higher up. And then Cataclysm, um, damn, they had a lot of energy. There was a lot of crowd surfers. I listened to them a lot last year, so it was really great to see them live and vibe with the songs. So yeah, those ended up on together on number four. Very incomparable, but still both on number four.
Nice, nice. I like Cataclysm always, but I haven't seen them last year, I think. No, I didn't.
I hope to see them the coming year. They will play in March, I believe, in the Noble. So I will. I hope to be there with my camera in my hand.
Mm, yeah, that's a bit far for me, but maybe if it's on a Saturday, I can do it.
I think it's
Yeah.
not.
Mm.
I think it's
Oh,
Thursday.
no, probably not.
Yeah, life
Yep,
choices.
that's.
Yep.
Well, number three then for you.
You want my three? Okay. I have
Hailu.
Hailu.
Aha.
They played at
Yep.
South of Heaven. Um, I love when they play live. I think they're better live than on the CD. It's something you have to experience. I think it's more an experience than a show. Um, but it's on number three because I was talking to you, and not that you were the reason that it's on number three, but I was standing there with my cameras and talking to you. If I was alone, I think I would have, and without my camera, I would have been somewhere in the middle of the audience and fully, I don't know, let go or something. Fully let the music, let the show
Mm,
take over. Follow the drums and stuff. I think it would have been higher if I did that, but that wasn't the case. So number three.
mm. Yeah, it's not my kind of thing.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I cannot say they did a bad show. It's just not my kind of music. That's the thing. They did. I think they have a
Mm-hmm.
whole show, and for me as a uh, the person I am, I think it's looks very disorganized with so many people on the stage, and eh,
Meh.
yeah, meh.
Yeah. Meh.
Well,
So your
it's
number
good that
three.
not everybody has the same taste in music. My number three, it's an
Yes.
actual club show. I have a lot of festival shows in the list this year, but this one is a club show, and it is King Satan in Hall of Fame. Um, I
Yeah.
mean, we all know what happened kind of during the show from Tommy and Gaitelot that headlined, and me being a bit, slight bit annoyed of a hashtag Me Too incident happening there.
Guy.
But I
Yeah.
mean, King Satan was just really awesome. I've seen them several times, and I think this was the best show from them that I've seen. Um, yeah, they went all in, and the audience was loving it. I mean, the first previous shows they did in the Netherlands, they were having a different kind of audience. And you need the kind of audience that understands this crazy shit that this band brings, you know. They bring you a whole lot of
Mm-hmm.
lyrics and a whole lot of sounds, and everything goes all over you. It's a little bit silly sometimes, and
It's the same like that's the same with
yeah,
Hailu.
but different. No, no, no. There's definitely something different in there, and I think if you've seen how King Satan works, it's the industrial sound that they have is not like many other bands. So for them, it's a bit harder to find the right band to play with. And I think the
Mm-hmm.
match with Toomey and Gaitelot was actually pretty nice because they're both very danceable, but you need to soak into it a little bit. I
Uh-huh.
mean, Toomey and Gaitelot is maybe a bit more accessible even than King Satan.
Yeah.
Um, what I really liked also there is that I mean, I've always seen them on the smaller stages, and they really got from the front to the back everyone along. Uh, that's just really nice. So yeah, definitely on my top list at number three. Well deserved. Now,
And you're number
yes,
two. Yeah,
my
you're
number two.
number
No,
two.
you're number two. You started the whole.
No, we switched.
Yes. Oh, I need to go first.
Mm,
That's weird.
yeah.
In any case, it is Rotting Christ at Into the Grave. I think they had a really nice show.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Rotting Christ is such a name, and I was a bit wondering how the audience would respond to it because they haven't played for a long time and haven't been around much. Um, but hey, it was a really nice show. They played maybe a little bit too early on the day, though. I would have liked to see them a bit later.
Mm,
But
yeah.
definitely a show that I remember dearly because these guys just play very tight. Uh, they they just go on like a machine and still make it feel
Yes.
like it's personal or something. Like a lot of these bands that play
Mm,
on that level, they kind of don't reach me in that way as Rolling Christ did. So yeah, that's my
nice.
number two then.
I agree. It was a great
Yeah.
show, but it didn't make my list.
Shocking. Shocking.
Yeah.
What's your number
Well,
two then?
my number two. Yes. There again two bands, but they played together. So I think it's the whole evening. It is Before the Dawn. Well, actually, there was Stamina as well. They were nice too. But Before the Dawn played before Swallow the Sun, and in the Kleine Zaal, the small hall in 013 in
Uh,
Tilburg, somewhere in the beginning of this year, I believe, or was it May? Maybe I don't know. Um,
was it not May? Because in May, they were with the Moonspell in Dark Tranquility again. I think.
oh, then I don't know. It was this year, I believe. It was with Swallow the. Was it this year? It
Yeah,
was
but
this
before
year.
that, because they were touring nonstop, kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
March then. Maybe it was March. Um, so yeah, Swallow the Sun. Before the Dawn played before them, they kind of, I don't know, they put a spell over you, and Swallow the Sun just finished the spell, so to say. It was dark, it was atmospheric, it was moody, it was melancholic, it was, well, the right
Yeah.
atmosphere. Absolutely loved the show. Um, I hadn't seen Swallow the Sun for a long time, so for me it was really nice to see them again. Um, so yeah, they are absolutely my number two.
Good. Good.
And I can't pick between Before the Dawn or Swallow the Sun because, oh, that's so hard. I think maybe Swallow the Sun a little bit more, but that's
You
because,
already picked Before the Dawn in your top five albums, so that's okay.
yeah. So yeah, it was really awesome to see them. I hope they will be touring this year at a time where I can see them.
Would be nice, yeah.
I will send them my possible list of a couple of dates this year, and then they can book their tour around it. I don't think it worked that way, but anyway, yeah, Swallow the Sun, lovely to see them
Yeah.
live. They have such an impact. If the mood is right, um, yeah. And I was we discussed this too because their latest album was also not up to your liking. It's the same with Amorphis, I guess. It was a little bit too maybe poppy for you.
Think also with
Um,
Amorphous for me, it was very much like it felt like they took the leftovers from previous albums,
yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. But they mixed the better ones from the latest album into in their whole old um, best stuff, so to say, and it fitted in
Mm.
quite nice. So that also made it one of the better shows.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, true. Shall I do my number
Yeah.
one then? So you can be the last one with your number
Yay.
one. Well, this one is not a surprise because I already told everybody that this one
Yeah, but that's
was my
probably the
number
same
one.
for mine. So
So on number one, I have All Them
yeah.
Witches in Tilburg. Not so long ago. Um, I really, really wanted to see them live. Finally happened. Uh, they started to play and then they just continued to the last note. Um, I don't know. It was amazing for me. They played a couple of my favorite songs. Well, a lot of my favorite songs. The energy was there. They seemed to have a lot of fun. The audience was nodding along the whole time. The light show was a bit much, maybe at some points. I knew a few people that felt it was a little bit too much. I think it was a light tech that thought, I have let use all the light there is, and throw it into your face. But it sort of also fitted the music, maybe. Um, and I thought it fitted quite
Mm.
well. Um, so for me, that was even better show than Swallow the Sun. Yeah,
Okay.
it touched my soul,
Oh.
or so to say. But it's like with those, I wanted to see them for so long, and I finally saw them. They played a hell of a show. They played amazing songs. They sounded so good live. Yeah.
Well, it
So
is well
number one.
deserved. My number one. Well, I doubt anyone will
Yeah.
be surprised because I literally mentioned it a couple times before in the podcast. It is da 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 Korea, and that's the Alcatraz show, of course. We're speaking about. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
last year Korea made it to my top five as well with their Inferno show, and they did it again. Absolute. They know how to bring a good live show. They were in the tent. They were in the tent
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Alcatraz in the darkness, and that helps them a lot. Um, they had the stage props, they had the movement, the lights, everything came together very well with the sounds. It was um,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're a bit at the front, you really feel it rolling over you. Yeah, they really
Mm.
know how to do
Nice.
that very well, and I really like that. I'm not usually a fan of bands that like to mask themselves too much because I'm like, yeah, like I don't, I'm not into that whole mystery kind of thing that they want to do. Reminds me very much to this
Mm.
Australian band that wanted to do an interview with me with their mask on so nobody could recognize them and nobody would know who they are. And then they show up on the interview on the Zoom with literally their name in the bottom. And I was just saying at the end of the interview, like, I was asking them in the end of the interview, like,
Uh,
hey, well, weren't we supposed to not know your name? Yeah, yeah, I know nobody should know. I'm like, well, it says right there below in the Zoom.
Oh, wait.
Yep. So I was kind enough to edit it out for him, but and to mention it to him. Otherwise, the
Hmm.
entire web would have known. But that's another band, and it's just I don't feel like you could wear a mask without the identity hiding thing. It's if it's part of your show, it's part of your show, and if it becomes a thing just to be cool, so to hide your identity, um, you all know that it's a matter of time that people know. So uh, yeah,
No.
but for Korea, I don't know. It seems to work for them. I wonder if they keep that on forever or that they will change some things in the future on that. I don't know. I think it's also for them. It's known who is behind it. If you look for it online, you could probably find that already. But
Hmm.
yeah, good show in Alcatraz. Everything came together. Very nice stage design. The lights, everything suits very well with the rest, and that's just nice. There's a couple of bands in Europe that can reach this level of getting everything together. I think I mentioned before, one of those is, for example, Gojira, who always has a great live show and brings everything together. I wasn't at this show, so I couldn't even add it to the list, but remember when they played in the opening ceremony of the Olympics? I mean, that was just great. That
Hmm.
was just a showcase of what they can do. And of course, they had a whole team to help them also on this special occasion. But yeah, I like it when these bands can really get everything together and just get it right. Nothing over the top, nothing too little. Everything works. So well deserved, and for the second year in a row. I don't know if Korea is gonna play live shows next year, but otherwise you can go for the hat trick. I would say.
Well, they will be releasing an album, so I think there must be some
Yeah, that's
shows.
probably.
I guess.
But you never know how that goes. I mean, I know from many bands that I've heard that they said, "Oh, we're gonna release in I don't know early next year," and then it gets postponed again, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Uh,
In that some cases for me it works in my advantage, but yeah, time wise, um, we'll see for next year. Now, honorable mentions, and I guess I can try to speed up going through the whole list because I got a couple, so to say. Uh, yeah,
couple.
yeah, but yeah, some of them I will highlight a bit more because they might be a bit surprising to people. First, I want to mention Cyan Kicks, which I saw in the Willemijn. And yeah, they're
Hmm.
kind of more pop rock ish kind of sound. There were hardly any people at that show. I think the front row was filled, so to say. Um, I don't know, a pity. They played a couple more shows in the Netherlands. I saw them also in Tuska. They're very active live performance, very happy,
Hmm.
very jumpy, very pop. But I mean, they go for it and they have that enthusiasm and the energy and everything. So I really liked that on their show. So therefore, I do want to mention them as an honorable mention. The black metal band Autark, I've saw in Patronaat earlier this year. It was a really great show that I
Hmm.
remember dearly. I've seen Upglans, also black metal in Dark Metal Festival. I saw Javel Cult, also black metal in Dark Metal Festival. I had Soulfly at South of Heaven, which was a really nice show. I enjoyed it. Maybe cut it short a little bit, but still I enjoyed it. And absolute nice In Flames at Sound of Heaven. It was like the right atmosphere, jumping
Mm.
around, people jump around. Yeah, living up to the legendary thing. And I don't always like every show of In Flames because sometimes it's just a bit too static for me. If the audience is not like getting
Mm.
along with it well enough, I'm like meh because the band is also not super active. So uh, then it becomes a bit meh. But for this show, it really worked out very well. So therefore, on my list. And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see them live coming year because I missed them this year.
yeah,
But they will be headlining Dynamo, so I'm looking forward to that one to see how
yeah,
they are at
yeah.
that
Well,
show.
I think I also saw them in Tuskak, and yeah, that's just different audience and just not the
Mm.
same, you know. Um,
Yeah, I
it is.
agree.
Also on South of Heaven, I saw Meshuggah. Um, I didn't see the whole show, unfortunately, because I had
Mm.
to rush off to the after party venue, and it was also raining and cold and everything. So I chose to my go after my own health and sanity and leave them after I've seen a couple of their songs after the work was done. They had a great show with the lasers where a lot of people panicked about, and yeah, well thought, well done. Always a machine and always great, I think. So I'm not even surprised that they were one of the honorable mentions this year.
Yeah.
Then I have a couple more from Into the Grave that I wanted to mention. That's 3 Inches of Blood. I've saw them three
Yeah.
times, Alcatraz, Into the Grave, and at my very
Wow.
local cafe Engelenbach. Um, I mean, I liked the local show maybe a lot because it's local. You get close, you have fun, you speak up with the people, and yeah, that was nice. A whole lot more. But Into the Grave was definitely the better show. So cool. Nice to have them back in the scene after so many years. So very nice. Sabotage, of course. I mean, how can I not put them in there? Like I've listened to
Mm.
them so much through childhood and everything. Very nice to see them live. I would not have expected that ever to happen again. So yeah, like it. Very nice. Also, Cabell played a really great show. I know it's not for
Mm.
everyone, but I think the youngsters really know what to do. And I also really liked that they took a bit of
Yeah.
responsibility when something happened in the audience and the singer decided to address the
Indeed.
people and say,
Indeed.
hey, look, this is not what we're doing at this kind of shows. Behave. Um, I think that shows also a certain attitude and responsibility for that you
Mm-hmm.
would normally expect at a more mature band. But to see it with these youngsters was just a really great thing. And yeah, that shows me also that they know what they're doing. I saw them again in Alcatraz, which was also equally good show. But just because of the incident, I chose to mention their Into the Grave shows into my honorable mentions. And the last one from this festival is High Parasite. Yeah, what can I say? It was a bit of a surprise, I guess. We all knew the drama surrounding my dying bride at that point. And I don't know, to see the eagerness of which Aaron was playing with High Parasite made me smile a little bit. The music was nice. Certainly some space to grow, I think, as a band together, but definitely good. And I've seen them the way they've been going around this year and all the tours they did and all the shows they did everywhere and the bands they played with. And I think this band will maybe outshine my dying bride faster than people would have thought, so to say.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and then I will mention the most surprising ones that I already mentioned to people before, and to you as well, right before this recording started. It is a band that I really did not like, but I do mention them in my list as top shows. That's interesting, huh? And that's Bambi Thok.
Yeah.
Um, I think in my Tuska episode, I decided basically it was a porn kind of performance that I was watching.
Live porn
Yeah,
show.
I mean, it was just like, and that's exactly what the audience was acting on multiple places and around me. People were having a go on it, so to say. Good for them. Um, but music wise, I would say, what the hell was I watching? Like, music wise, this was not a good show. It just doesn't come across. But performance wise, I mean, first of all, you do need a whole lot of energy in performing this kind of shows. There's a lot of dancing and routines to remember. So I give her kudos for that. I wasn't completely 100% sure whether all the music was performed live or how much of it was recorded. I tried to look into it, but also I couldn't care enough to stick around longer, much more than my level of annoyance got to the to its breaking point. So yeah, but I must say it was a good performance. Music wise, they wouldn't have made my list, but if you purely look at performance, yeah, I think they deserve a spot in here. Also at Tuska, Apocalyptica. They played a Metallica show. Yeah, kind of for old friends' sake. I watched it with um some people that really enjoyed seeing Apocalyptica back in the days. Not per se our group of people back then, but we had a great time looking at it, and we could see the joy that the band had in performing their into ska these kind of songs again, which was a pleasure to watch. Then, almost at the end of the list, I have to mention from Stonehenge, I had Macabre, or Macabre, if people prefer that. But here, we always say Macabre. Uh, yeah, murder metal at its best. Yeah, I've seen the band so many times by now. Most of the times at Stonehenge, probably, but also in venues. And I don't know. This is really a combination of the music and the performance, and this you could really see they were not headlining, but still one of the headliners that day, and that's an art. And I think the band really enjoys playing at this festival because it's their kind of people in the audience and not just a bunch of random metalheads seeing random sorts of genres and where they happen to be one of them.
Yeah.
This is really their audience coming there. So I think the band really enjoyed playing at Stonehenge, which definitely adds to the show. And last but not least, still need to mention it, Me and That Man at Alcatraz. Now, I really enjoyed Me and That Man several times live, but also the album. I listen to a couple of the songs very often when I'm just looking for a quick song in between and I open my YouTube and then it's there. I very often click on that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I At the end of the show, I watched the last couple of songs from the audience, kind of almost to the end, because I really hoped that they would play my favorite there, which they did not, unfortunately. But that's okay. There's so much to enjoy, and of course, me and that man always surprises with guests, and so they did here as well. So definitely had to put them on my honorable mentions list, and yeah, that's that. Now I cannot wait to hear your honorable lists.
Honorable. Well, um, I already mentioned them. They were on my second spot for the album, and already said that I saw them live and then checked them out. So Um, they, they have to be mentioned on the live show list. The Great Old Ones, they played a show in Bibelo. Um, Very dark. Had never heard of them and loved it. I also saw Duel or Dole at Into the Void. I saw them somewhere else this year as well, but I think the Into the Void show was a little bit better. It was a really
Yeah, I
nice
saw
one.
them in
Um,
Alcatraz, but it was a good show, but
yeah,
didn't make it to my list.
well, they can't make it to everybody's
True,
list,
true,
right?
true.
And then I have the Von Hatchen brothers in the
Yeah,
Boerderij.
I expected
Um,
that one. Yeah, I
yeah,
did. Snake on a cake?
just some good, nice rock. What did you
Snake in a
say?
cake?
Snake in a cake. Guess. And a thing. Boom, boom. So yeah, they were a Finnish rock band. Just like them. Saw them live. It was actually a really nice gig. I was the youngest person there. That was a little bit strange to me, but okay. I do hope they come back next year. I will be there, I guess, if I can make it. Um, just really nice. And then another honorable mention is Enemy Inside. Um, I saw them in the Helling this year. I took photos for them. Um, saw them first time in Dynamo and then saw them a couple more times. I think they have a little bit of people judging them because they kind of infuse whatever they like into their music, and sometimes it's a little bit poppy soundingness. But the vocalist has a mean growl. She can do that too, and I like the contrast between it. They just make the music how they like it, and they're not afraid to do a little bit different than everybody else. Um, they're very good live. I like them, so I have to mention them. They played at Wakan actually, and that was a good show in the rain. The whole audience there. I think they opened the day in the rain, and the whole field was full with people jumping up and down in the rain. So I do think if you gave them a chance, you might like them. Um, so yeah, and then I'm already at my last two mentions, I think, and I have two headlining bands at Dynamo Metal Fest. Can't really go around these two. And they're Opeth and Gojira. So why didn't make it? Didn't they make the top five? I don't know. It's just with these two, they're on maybe on another level of of music. It's not just a show; it's a whole
Yeah.
production. It's especially for Gojira. Opeth is a little bit more static on the stage, but Gojira is like a, I don't know, full blown show. I don't think you can compare them much to many other bands. Um, they have everything. It was a great, yeah. Both of the shows were amazing. Of course, they are not headliners for nothing. I think they really delivered. Um, So yeah, I definitely have to mention those two. Um, they were amazing. I absolutely love both of their shows. So yeah, that's my live
Wow.
list. I think.
I'm full of tired of blabbering out all these bands. Gosh,
And there will probably be more bands, but I think these were the most favorite
yeah.
ones. Because I think if I scroll my Instagram page and I check all the bands I've seen and photographed, there will be more. But I think this, what we mentioned now, are probably the ones that left the biggest impact,
Mm,
memory, nice
yeah.
moments.
And we cannot like mention every band because then there's no point in making a top
No,
list anyway. So,
no.
but yeah, now, um, kind of thinking already about next year, which will be a whole lot of different for
Mm-hmm.
both of us, I guess. But I
Yeah.
think our expectations are up for the first episode of next year, uh, and not so much for now to discuss. But yeah, I
No.
wonder what kind of top five shows were for our audience. So yeah, let us know in the comments what were your favorite bands. I would really like to know, and I'd like to see that to see if we compare it. And if you have tips for us on what bands we really should see live, in case,
Yeah, or if you agree with our number ones, I
yeah.
mean,
Uh, I mean, I've known a couple of our listeners were in Alcatraz. I met some of you there. Um,
nice.
so yeah, I wonder what you guys were thinking about that. So let us know.
Mm-hmm.
I think for us, it's time to close off this episode. I know it comes out right before Christmas, so I will tell everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New
Yes.
Year because we will be back in the new year. We have to see if we'll do that right in the same schedule as we are doing now, where we skip a week. That's for us to find out. But yeah, um, let's see. Just maybe be a little bit more patient with us if you miss a week. There's a gazillion of interviews online on our YouTube channel if you want to watch something. The Templars event is doing very well. Very many bands for you to watch and
Discover.
enjoy and discover and everything. And yeah, some of them have
Yeah.
already been spoiling about a next year tour, so that's for you also to find out. In case you haven't done it yet,
Nice.
I mean, I still have to mention this, you guys. Just like,
Like,
subscribe,
subscribe,
comment, whatever. Do
comment.
all that. And then it's time for the last thing to do, and that is say goodbye. Bye!
Bye, people. Bye bye.